Alright, hey there. Welcome to this playthrough of Morrowind. I'm Zanmor. Let me tell you about just the saga that it has been. Don't worry about the frame rate, that'll get better, I promise. So first of all, I install Morrowind. I download like 3 gigs of mods. This game is not larger than a gig. I install these mods meticulously. This is a much better game now. That process of installing mods took like, I don't know, 6 hours? Like, it was time consuming. I'm looking at a 6-year-old instruction manual to install these things. Broken links. I've got to hunt down downloads for the mods. I've got to remember my password to like Morrowind Nexus or whatever it is. I do all this. I fire it up. I'm ambitious. I've got these mods installed. They look fantastic. Frame rate's like 10 on the recording. My frame rate is great. I can play just fine with the mods in a much better spot.
You from the Imperial City's prison. First
Cannot record in that manner. I
East,
play for an hour. It's really crappy recording. Like, okay, I'll tone down some of the mods. I do that, play for like another hour. The frame rate still sucks. Hardly improved at all. Finally, I turn off a few mods.
We're here.
Game still looks really solid. Actually, I think I turned off one mod or one portion of one mod specifically. So I've got the Morrowind graphics extender, and I just turned off the distant landscapes portion of it, which, you know, it's not just distant landscapes. It adds a bunch of leaves and grass and stuff. But anyway, I need a good name, and Lug? No, that sounds like Loogie. I'm just looking at the keyboard right now, making letter noises. Dreg. That's an appropriate name. Did I just squeeze an extra consonant or key in there? We'll sort it out later.
I'm sure.
Whatever. I can always change the name here in a bit. So I install all these mods. I play them.
Here comes the gun.
I've got these landscape mods installed. So anyway, I finally sorted out. I determined that it is distant landscapes that I need to turn off to have this thing be able to record at a reasonable clip. I do that. I fire up a new game. I'm like, heck yeah, let's do this. Let's do something unusual. This game is, we've got some new stuff going on. It's going to be better balanced. Just take a moment and, I guess, this looks pretty much like old Morrowind. The Better Bodies mod is nice. I've still got a bunch of graphics that I could totally update, and I would like to at some point, but not yet. Anyway, so last game I played, Longblade's gonna be real effective. So anyway, I loaded up. I've got that's real tempting. I decide, like, you know, we got this nice, I think I like this one. Let's check out the hair. Yeah! That is so good.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to
Let's do something different. Let's take in this solo game where you literally just run around killing things, and that's about your only option. Your only way of interacting with stuff is to murder it. Let's play a healer. You don't have a party to heal, but you can heal yourself.
Yes, we've been expecting
Let's
you.
be
You'll
a
have
healer.
to be recorded before you're officially released.
Terrible
There are
idea.
a few ways we can do this, and the choice is
I cannot
yours.
explain to you the ways in which it was bad. I don't want axe, I want long blade. I don't need 2 weapons. I definitely don't need that. Don't need block. I don't want heavy armor. I don't know. Let's which one do we have here? Let's fill them out ourselves here. So I definitely am gonna focus on some magic here, but I do want. I got my long blade, and other than that, we're gonna load up on. We'll put all the willpower stuff up here. And then all the intelligence stuff on this one. Yeah, why not? Sure. It was a terrible experience with that. We'll do illusion too. With that character, it was just not good from the very start. We still need conjuration, yeah. Okay. So there's are my skills. I want one last. So let's see. I've got willpower, intelligence, one personality skill, and one strength skill. Is there another strength skill I could go with, or? None of that makes any sense. I couldn't complete the first quest in this area. I think I will go with light armor. Actually, let's go and roll that. We'll focus on. We'll still do willpower and intelligence, and whatever adventure works.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign.
I should have installed a mod to rework the balance on these signs. These are still the original signs, and the only one that makes sense to take really is this one.
Interesting.
50
Now, before I
points
stamp
added
these
to your
papers, make
attributes.
sure this information is correct.
We'll change this name. I'm feeling rolled. I don't know what that is, but that's what I'm liking. Wow, so much endurance. Decent strength. Everything else is at least 40. That's awesome. These are all cool. Light armor's not that high, but I'm not gonna switch it out to one of those armors. Yeah, that's good. Starting with a few spells. Alright.
Show the papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
I'm also not going to impose any sort of morality on myself, so there we go. I'm no longer holding the stolen item, and it's no longer tagged as belonging to them. So
continue through to the next building and talk to Celes Gravius.
So we will just wipe out the shelves here, take everything. We're gonna get gold, we're gonna exploit whatever we can. This is all about just like owning this game. Steal literally everything that's not nailed down. Should be able to pick that. There we go. There's gold. Easy peasy. Oh yeah. Too complex. Alright, well. There's a mod for you. Nice. Gold in that barrel. That's nice. Never see that. Duties. We're good to go. Oh yeah. So this companions, courtesans, hostile drunks, hostile NPCs, town attacks, Ashlander attacks, brigands and highwaymen. Small parties though, 2 to 5. Alright. So presumably at some point I can get attacked on the road, I can get attacked all over the place. Hello, Khajiit. Oh yeah, just Khajiit just looked really cute. Okay, I wanted to talk to the cutie. That random bell noise, I think that's programmed to occur like on the hour or something. Look at that. Light looks real. Can I?
To what do I
There
owe
we
the
go.
pleasure, Redguard?
Well, I got a bunch of junk to sell you. I might still get something out of that. I might use that somewhere. Oh yeah, I won't need these. I'll go ahead and buy all your light armor. And I'll take a long sword. Anything else? Maybe. Costs too much. That's expensive, but kind of could be worth it. No, actually, I'll take the probes. That's it. We'll call it a day here. Alright. There we go. Hello. Excuse me while I put my armor on. I bought both those swords. Well, you know what they say, you can never have too many swords. Alright, now we wander out here to find a dead body. Hopefully, especially, so last time my agility was 30 and I could not hit a damn thing. 10 more points in my agility, actually have that and like 45 long blade. I think 30 was also the skill with my weapon skill earlier. So, should have a better time hitting things. Let's go ahead and put that. Don't want to get too overwhelmed. Nice. Much more consistent hits. That's always a good sign. I've got an herbal. I forget. I think I was saying something earlier, but it's totally left me. I've got an herbalism mod here, which so instead of opening the plants like containers, like the chests and stuff, and then your only option is to take the stuff out of the plants and put it into your inventory, it just automatically looks at like, hey, what's your chance of getting something from this plant? And unfortunately, I think they've made it way, way more difficult than it should be. More often than not, vastly more often, you just damage the plant and don't get anything. And it's super annoying. I think I've played with these mods for about 3 hours now in total, and I have successfully harvested one plant. I got one bit of mushroom from something. That was it. I think it's Herbalism Advanced. I probably should have just stuck with Herbalism Light, which it also does it just does a flat roll of like, hey, what are the chances you get something from this? But there are much greater chances that you get something. So this guy, he's testing out these scrolls here. Fortify Acrobatics, 1,000 points for 7 seconds on stealth. If you use that, you will fly into the air when you jump, and then because it's only 7 seconds long, ooh, look, I collected a bit of mushroom. It will wear off while you're in the air, and when you fall back down, you will not have the acrobatics skill you need to land safely. Oh my gosh, this is... wow. We're just harvesting so many mushrooms. But yeah, I think you've got a like secret herbalism skill, and it increases... I hope it increases every time that you attempt. Hey, it's 3 o'clock. I wish I knew why that bell noise occurs. I assume it's tied to the time. I hope it increases every time you attempt to harvest a plant, because if it only does it every time that you harvest a plant, it's going to be a real pain in the ass to level this skill up. Especially since I can't even see how high it is. There are no like spells or potions or anything I can take to increase it that way, so could be rough. Let's see. Game plan is to get some gold, maybe clear out this bandit den over here for some more gold, then travel up the coast, attempt to raid a tomb. Is this a longsword? Yeah, sweet. That'll be my anti-ghost sword. With that gold, we'll go to Balmora. We'll drop off the package to Caius and get some more gold from him. Kind of start the quest. Okay, whatever. I don't really need a tailoring kit, do I? Maybe that activates one of the mods?
Yeah.
I don't know. Alright, so I'm investigating the murder of that tax collector. I turned over the gold that I found. How much can... Oh, I've still got plenty of... It's nice to be strong. So we're gonna talk to the lady who lives in this lighthouse, but first we're gonna investigate some tree stumps. Stump valuables. Also just weapons fact. The Daedric Daikatana is the most powerful weapon in the game, like as far as base stats go. And it's a long blade, so long blades are just more numerous in general and tend to be better weapons. There are definitely some good weapons worth considering. I think Skull Crusher is pretty cool. That's one to... Oh yeah, I need to go. Oh, what's going on? That's a nice hammer. Oh man, 2 in a row. That's a new record. Alright, so before we talk to this murderer... Oh yeah, he won't even be in here, will he? One of the mods added schedules to the NPCs. So we gotta wait for him to come home. That'll take care of our fatigues now at a good level. He's still not home. Wait 1 more hour. Oh yeah, let me well, he did just by my race. No excuse for murder, you knave.
You Your wounds are great. You're beaten.
Oh, there we go. That's much better than I've done previously against this guy. So we're basically, I guess you could say, I'm gonna win this. Alright, so he just cast Sanctuary on himself. So the AI has been adjusted so they'll actually cast some of their spells. We don't want to let that green bar get down all the way. This is stupid. So this is the frustrating part of Morrowind's combat system, where your skills just aren't quite high enough to consistently hit things. Even though you're just standing there swinging at them 20 times. Do I have anything that can help me here? No. I mean, I guess I could do that so that when it does hit, it does some additional damage. Whatever. We'll power through this.
You Inma.
Okay. Alright. Oops. New plan. We're gonna go back to this trader, we're gonna sell some stuff. Don't you like that I can just do this in the middle of combat? We're gonna let this green bar increase. Hello. And let's just get a few different options. Alright. So dark elves are resistant to fire, maybe just immune to it. This frostbite spell, though, that'll really mess them up. Oh yeah, I forgot to sell stuff to that guy, whatever. I'll have another chance. Hello!
No escape.
Oops, oh yeah, I forgot. So I've got a quick cast mod, so I don't actually have to ready my magic to cast it. It just, as long as I've got it in the little icon thing down there, it'll go. Alright. So we saw all this. I'm actually going to leave the book there because it increases a skill. It's a skill book, and I want to have a lot of control over how my skills go up. Alright, and now we sell all this stuff. I don't need that anymore. And I can actually sell that. So it's actually what I would get for it if I brought it over to that lady is some health potions, and I've got Hearth Hail. I don't need health potions. Also, the health potions aren't worth what the ring's worth, so her sentiments and emotional attachments aside, I'm gonna take the gold. Damn it. Like 12 hours, hope he shows up. Okay, I'm gonna have to maybe leave the building and come back. There's a nice gong to let you know what time it is. And it's never like 10 dongs for, hey, it's 10 o'clock. It's always just that one. I mean, I'm glad it's not 10, but it's weird for it just to be one every single time. Alright. So we successfully took care of that first quest. We're looking at 1400 gold. I know I've been just absolutely raiding mercilessly, stealing everything that's not nailed down. I'm going to do a little less of that in this cave. Honestly, I don't think that there's much that's of use to me in here. But we'll see. What was my guy's name? Rolled. Why's it got water? I want frostbite.
I have you.
No, you do not. Dispose of corpse. Oh yeah, heads up, there's a... Does he have pants on? Yeah, okay, cool. beast races look so good. However, so I've got better bodies installed to keep the or to make the human races look real nice. And on that one, you can select on the installer if you want to do a basically full nudity, or just or if you want them to keep their underwear on. So I've got, since especially I'm going to be uploading this, humans will all have their clothes on even when you strip them down all the way. Beasts, however, did not have that option, and I'm not sure about Argonians, but on Khajiit, if they're naked, on the men you can definitely see a cat penis. So just heads up on that. I'm gonna try not to run into any of them, but I can't always assure that, basically. Alright. For this, I know I just saved, I'm gonna do it. You can never save too much. There is a mage up around here.
There is no escape!
Oh crap, I don't have enough magic. Look who's really thinking that 2 health potions would be useful right now. Oh my lord. How much magic does it take? 13, and I've got it now. There we go. Now I just need to yep, well. Alright, we can do better. Look who would really enjoy 2 health pots, though. Maybe I can just aggro that one lady and run around the corner here. Have an easier time of it.
You will suffer!
Yeah, that's better. Alright. And now, I wonder if I can actually sneak up on the dude. Probably not, but we'll find out. Yeah, there's no way. Alright, so we'll force him to close the gap as well. His spells hurt, though. But, yeah! Use a little tactics, take a little time. Also, I think, yeah, I kinda... Oh no, they actually reworked. I think before my graphic updates, that was mostly just black. And I like that look a lot more. That is moon sugar, it's a narcotic in this game. In this world. And there's skooma. Super narcotic. That's 5 to 20 as opposed to 2 to 13. Wow, what? Alright. So I'm glad I bought 2 weapons that I would almost immediately find a better option to. Take that. Everything but that cup. It's not worth it. Nothing in there. Use a little tactics. Do real well. And yet another... Oh no, that's an iron saber, so it's not as good. those little bits of gold. Is there any more? Nope. Okay, we're out. Boom. Gold's a lot easier to spot now with the graphics update. That's really nice. Another mod I've got is Fair Magic Regen. So it's based on your willpower. You regen some of your mana, which didn't happen in original Morrowind. It really hamstringed mages. It meant you joined the Mages Guild, you went and raided all of their guild chests for mana potions, which only restock once like a month in game time or something. You used those when you really needed them, and when you didn't need to, you had to, I think, rest to restore mana? Not wait. Like, not this, not wait. But actually find a bed and rest. Which is super annoying. And it's 2 o'clock.
So where are you from?
Oh, you're...
What is this regarding, Redguard?
These... I can see these,
Oh,
schedules.
greetings.
Oops.
How do you do?
Especially
Let me
without a
talk.
quest compass. Oh yeah, I've got moon sugar and skooma. So what I like to do is tell them, oh yeah, absolutely, I'll sit that. I'll get rid of it right here in your establishment. And now we sell this stuff. I know. Alright, so that's 5 to 18 as opposed to 5 to 20. Still better than both of those. I probably don't really... I've got that as a backup weapon too. What's the wear on that? Oh, it's in great condition. That. That's some nice stuff to have. I don't want to... So oh yeah.
You want something, friend?
Did you want something?
We'll take that stuff.
Yes, Outlander?
So we successfully solved the tax thing, the murder. We raided that bandit cave. That's basically all there is to do in Satanin. Oh yeah, there is one other quest, or actually there are 2 other quests. You can talk to this dude named like Vidunius Nucius or something. He just wants to get out of Morrowind, but he doesn't have the money for it, so he sells you his cursed ring for like 100 gold. It's literally cursed. It's like on activation you lose some health and gain some agility briefly or something. Which I was actually contemplating on my previous character who couldn't hit a damn thing. Like, you know, maybe that would be useful. That just the agility boost. Like, I'll trade health for the ability to maybe hit this guy. This is a scrib. This is a scrib. These are super cute. I love these guys. They're my favorites. I think also one of my first deaths in Morrowind occurred because I attacked one of these cute little guys. He spit poison, like paralysis stuff on me, so I was paralyzed, and then a rat came up and ate me alive. He's not gonna stop and pound his tail, so... Oh! I lied. He's doing it. Do it again. Yeah! pounding the ground with his tail. It doesn't look as... kind of looks like he's gonna... So cute. I love it. And he'll maybe look up into the sky and go... Wah, wah, wah. Oh. Nice collision detection model. Also, check it out. Check out his little eyeballs. They're right... tiny little... I'm trying to look at your eyes, buddy. He's got little spiky bits on the side. I thought those were eyes of some sort for the longest time. He had like 6 of them. But no, he's got 2 little dots right on the front of his face there. Anyway, that's a script. One of the first deaths I remember is because I attacked one, it paralyzed me, and then ratted. Good times. So yeah, there's Vidunius Nucleus's quest where you get a all but useless ring, and then there's a quest where you steal that engraved ring of healing or whatever from Fargoth, plus whatever else is in his stump, I forget. And there's like some gold and maybe a little something else. Also mostly useless. And the bigger complaint I have with that one is it involves waiting around doing nothing for a while. Alright, so this cave is difficult. With the mods that I have, it's more difficult. I'm gonna use this one. Which others I don't have. There we go. Easy peasy. Inside that door, there's going to be a a skeleton probably, and then some sort of weird flesh zombie. Oh great, a skeleton archer. It's bad news. I do have a fireball, right? That's the way to go with this. Crap. Alright, that guy's down. Now let's... I don't want to save, because if I save in here, they'll respawn. Let's see if we can take that guy down. Oh god, we cannot take that guy down. Maybe he's resistant to fire damage? I don't know. Whew. We'll save now. I'll go back in and get my ass handed to me. Do I have... I'll try using this. Whew. That was intense. Eric the Rotten. Huh. I can't... Oh god. God bless it. So... Alright, we can kind of do this. Alright, so I know there's a skeleton in there. I don't know why I can't... why can't I access his body? Fireball. kind of want my mana to restore. I kind of want it not to be so dead. Okay. Whew. Alright, we did it. Now I don't want to, I should have taken security. Don't want to save here. Nice. We did it! We got that ring. This ridiculous ring. There's nothing in the chest. Alright. I don't need that. So now we want a GTFO. Mana for that. Oh, close. I'm real close. I still don't like Eric the Rotten. Is that? Why can't I? Whatever. That was actually kind of intense. Still, this ring, Fortify Intelligence and Willpower, 10 points constantly. That's not something I should have access to at level 1. Boom. We made it. Now let's switch back to this. Rolled out. Rolled out. That feels pretty good. That took a little effort. That's the thing. So some of these mods, it just kind of feels like I'm exploring Morrowind again. Which is something you've lost when you've probably invested like 2,000 hours into this game over the course of your life. I've been playing this game since a few months after it came out. I actually had saved up money, my parents helped me out, but ooh. Wow, so your herbalism does start at... Does it show up here at all? Like, I don't think it was an option when I was picking my skills. No, it does not. Great, so my herbalism is 6 though. That verifies that it does increase just from trying to pick things. So I just try to pick everything I can. Though I wonder what attribute governs it. Probably intelligence. Saved up enough money to buy an Xbox and 1 game. At the time, Halo was incredibly popular, but I saw on like Toonami a thing about Morrowind, and they showed like you could just that kind of spooked me a little. You could just wander around the countryside picking flowers, and they showed like how big the map was, and that you could just wander around, go anywhere, and I was like, yeah, that looks like the game for me. I want it. So I bought it. I played it forever. Family went to Florida that year. I took my Xbox and Morrowind with me. Played it way too much considering I was on vacation in Florida. But I absolutely fell in love with it. I still love it. It is my favorite game ever. That's why I'm playing it right now. Still, even though I can admit a lot of the combat is horrible, the original game was terribly balanced. The few mods I have that balance it now don't do enough. But I just love it. It's a fantastic game. Alright, so now we are traveling up the coast. This is the Odire River. Up the coast, up the river. We're heading to Balmora, where we'll check in with good old Caius Cosades. while I'm there, I'll sell some stuff, make some more gold, and I think after that we'll probably actually go to Vivek and raid a vault, which is the thing you can do at level 1 because the game's kind of fundamentally broken. And a lot of mods that I have still don't fix some of that stuff. But you're getting something, considering all the mods, something a little closer to a true Morrowind experience. Also, I totally forgot, and like I've got Adrenaline Rush, fortify all these things. Fortify 4 attributes by 50 points for a minute. That's huge. I can only use that once a day, but I can use that once a day. I could have used it in the fight back there in that tomb, and it would have probably, like, made it a breeze. I gotta try and remember I have that. So this is an aspect of the game, just walking through these sort of... There's literally, like for all the little rocks and bits and stuff here, there's actually nothing here. This path is kind of pointless except to make you walk down it. There are no flowers you can pick along the way. Nothing waiting there. This is the travel in the game that you could really do without. Like, you don't need a lot of this. There are enough gems tucked away in this game, like weird little tombs and prisons and dungeons that you can explore, and you never know exactly where they're going to show up. So I'm debating how much of creating that sense of exploration requires large open spaces where there are no plants even to pick, or even just this area where basically it's the only good part about it is that you can get some of these plants. How necessary is that to create this sense of like, hey, I want to explore and find stuff? And how much of it is just like, hey, this is a big world with a lot of empty space, they wasted their time like they had to place all these rocks by hand. This Morrowind didn't have a automatic terrain generator of any sort, so everything you see was created by hand. The actual curve of the terrain, placing rocks and stuff here, they did this all by hand. These are man hours put into making this big empty space with nothing in it. But on the flip side, it feels really good when like you come around this corner and there's a cave door or something, which there isn't here, but that happens sometimes, and then you get to explore a cave and maybe find a cool treasure in it. That tomb earlier along the coast, there's no reason that tomb had to be there. It's just something where if you walk up that direction to get here, you see a tomb along the way, and inside you find this really awesome piece of treasure. That's the sense of exploration that I really love from Morrowind. And part of it's that you have all these all sorts of little things you can explore, and a lot of the best of them, there's some sort of decent treasure at the end. It doesn't even have to be good and useful, it just has to be kind of unique and tell a story in some way. Some of my favorite tombs are the ones where you get to an end and it's just a dead body with a note. Or like even really minimal storytelling. Are you... Well, that's ominous. Weird. Okay. Just a skeleton with a bottle of underwater breathing potion next to it, drowned in a thing. Like, kind of tells, it's like a dark humor sort of thing. It's in sort of ironic humor. We'll talk about the Blades trainers. Freelance work. Alright, that's good. That's all we need from him for now. There was my favorite dungeon ever is, I think, called Palansour. It is, oops, I always hit tab for that. Up here, it's somewhere in this area. And there we go. Inside, it is greatly implied that there are Daedra worshippers who summoned some Daedra, but then they lost control of the Daedra, and the Daedra cooked these people up, and there's like human flesh. It's the only one of the very few places in the game where there's human flesh. And it just that one little thing, it just looks like rat meat, but it's labeled human flesh instead. That one little tweak helps to tell a story in that game, or in that cave. Okay, these NPC schedules are really
I suppose
rough.
I could spare.
All right,
How
I'm
interesting.
Yeah.
A tourist.
I'd like to travel to Vivek for 11 gold. That's nothing. I should maybe be checking for spells. Do you sell spells? No. Someone around here does. That's alchemy. Oh yeah, and people move now.
I suppose I could spare a moment or two.
Nice. Alright. Open door. Absolutely. Snowfall, yeah. Hoptoad can actually be useful. Mark and recall. Beautiful. We'll go and grab hide too. Alright. So I just like bankrupted myself on spells, but it'll be worth it. Who am I gonna sell to? Actually, it would be easier to... Okay. Bear with me here. Yeah, this is where I go. It's 1 o'clock.
What is this about?
Okay. How much mana do I have? 50. My intelligence is 50. Okay, yeah. That is rough. I really need some more mana. Or I guess I need to grab some mana pots. So yeah, storytelling in dungeons. I think you do want to find a balance of like, hey, here are some big empty-ish spaces. I think you could do more with those spaces. Gonna wait for my fatigue to go up a little bit so I have a better chance at casting this. Like put some more plants and stuff in there. It would help if they had some maybe travelers or like some of these mods had apparently bandits who might be wandering the countryside.
Citizen.
That would help a little. But you do need a certain amount of like, here's space where nothing's really happening, so that when you do find something happening, you do get that bit of excitement of like, oh yeah, I found a cool secret.
Keep moving.
What is this about, Redguard?
I wonder actually... Oh yeah, I don't have resistance to magic. Poison, common disease. Okay. So it's great that they added schedules to the stuff, to some of the NPCs in towns, but actually,
Those boots are ruined.
I kind of want I don't think I've saved you all. I'm gonna do that. Just in case. Oh. I think it would be more entertaining, more bang for your buck to have schedules of stuff, like maybe merchants who travel between cities and they actually travel kind of in real time. Not sure exactly how you might handle that, because I don't think you'd want to be updating their, like, I don't know, if there are merchants traveling up in this area, you don't need to be calculating their real-time position right now while I'm off in Vivek and haven't even thought about wandering up along those paths. But just a chance to encounter some of those people along the way could be interesting, and bandits and stuff like that. So these big empty areas don't feel so empty. Speaking of, so here's Vivek, the capital city. Every canton is like this. Each of these big buildings is referred to as a canton. It's got stuff inside, quite a few merchants and stuff, quite a few people, and there are like 9 of these or something. But look, it's just a big empty space outside, and also it's made in a pretty annoying way to traverse. It's kind of cumbersome to walk around from one area to the next. Do I have a levitate spell actually? No. But anyway, we will travel up here. This should be the Redoran canton. So I guess the exploration is really what drew me into Morrowind, and it encouraged me then to read into all the lore and stuff, the books, the pages of dialogue, which I dove into. It felt rewarding to look into all those little spaces. And actually I think, so part of the thing with the books is, 1, you get skills from some of them, so that felt rewarding. 2, even some of the stuff that you didn't get skills for, you might read about something and then later on actually find it somewhere in the world, which is really a different sort of rewarding. It felt it's just such a different thing that I never would have expected. Just the fact that there were books, literal books in this game, was wild to me. And then that they could actually apply to the game world you were in is kind of nuts. Alright, so save that. There, it's that easy. So the door is hiding me from her, so I can very easily steal that key to the vault, which is in an unlocked drawer. This is part of a quest for the Thieves Guild, but obviously, if you know about it, you can just go and do it. I think I went to the wrong... Yeah. One thought at a time. I can't remember the previous one. So anyway, oh, I was talking about... So rewarding... Just being rewarded for exploring the world was really great. Schedules. There we go. Oh, actually that kind of ties in. So part of the reward for exploring the world is stuff like that's just available. That key, this really fancy ring, it's not tied to the quest. There's no quest associated with that ring. There is a quest associated with the key, but the key exists even without it. There we go, he's locked out, and now I steal everything. Oh yeah, I can't actually open those. Ooh. Gonna have to drop some of this stuff. Switch to the glass armor. So I feel like the game absolutely has to reward you for this stuff. And that's an issue I have with some of what they did with some of the later games, in that, there we go. So he's got 5,000 gold. He'll buy any of my armor, but... Alright, so the deal with this now is that you sell like one thing like this for 5 grand, which is $10,000 less than what it's worth. Wait a whole day and sell something else. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll do that off camera, though. I'm going to sell a bunch of this stuff. But as I was saying, you want to... you're rewarded for that exploration because this stuff isn't tied to specific quests that you have to activate first before those items are there. The key's there whether or not I'm on the quest, which I think is a solid design choice. The issue is, like, in that, the key I can easily get at level 1. There are just ways you can exploit the system to break it like that. I don't think that's a flaw with having those things available, though they kind of took that's the tack they took, was, you know, let's force you to experience the quest to benefit from these items and stuff. To me, that's annoying. It's not a good design choice for this sort of game. It just didn't feel rewarding to explore in Oblivion. A little more so in Skyrim, but still a lot of it I was kind of... I can't stick with those games the way I keep sticking with coming back to Morrowind. Thanks for watching this first episode. Let me know what you enjoyed, what you didn't enjoy. If you have any questions or whatever, if you want to hear me talk about a specific thing, I'll probably make a list, and then it might help me focus on what I'm talking about. I know I had a few tangents, and I probably some dropped threads. If I stopped talking about something and you wanted to hear me finish my thoughts on that, let me know about that too. And I'll see you next time.